Hello and happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of The Love That Blends. As always, I am your host, Mo, joined by the beautiful, insightful, intelligent Miss Jennifer.
Those introductions, I tell you. How y'all doing? I hope today y'all having a good day. It's Friday. So,
Just got paid Friday night, parties jumping, it feels alright.
yeah, what she said.
Booty shaking.
No, but seriously, it's Friday. I know we're all happy. We just had a long work week. And let's get into this episode.
Period.
Yeah.
Alright, so this week we're going to cover some... What are we covering? Hold up.
We are covering parenting in the digital age.
Oh, these damn kids.
And they damn tablets.
Alright, so we're going to get into that. And then we have Am I the Asshole? We got a game, some fun facts, and, we'll see where the episode takes us because we don't want to take up too much time, but we want to give y'all some good stuff.
Period.
So I guess let's jump into the heart-to-heart. All right, so parenting in the digital age. These kids have so much access to technology that we didn't have when we were kids.
Absolutely. We barely had it when we were kids.
I mean, all right, so me and you were both millennials, so we had technology, just not as much of it. When we were like Carter's age, I feel like I had dial-up internet, and we had one computer in the house.
So you had to take turns with your siblings or your parents. And if you did get on the computer, it was just for a little bit to fix your MySpace page or some bullshit like that. The kids today, they were literally born into all this technology thing. And you know what? You can't blame it on the kids so much. It's our fault. The kids were born and we straight put a tablet in their face and put on Cocoa Melon or just to calm them down or keep them entertained.
Yeah.
When we were younger, we went outside and played.
Yep.
Like, I couldn't wait to get home from school, do my homework, go outside and play. Manhunt, freeze tag.
TV tag. It was so many different variations
so
of tag. It was
fun.
crazy.
Curveball. Like, it was so much, like, kids in the neighborhood, they would all, we would all meet up and we would just play. Nowadays, kids don't really have friends outside of school.
That's true. They don't. I feel like they don't know how to socialize because they were, like you said, they're born, they start whining. You got technology that's babysitting them. Like, oh, here, take this phone so I can do X, Y, and Z, or take this tablet so I can do what I got to do. I'm going to just put this screen in front of you because it gives me the freedom because you're so into what's on the screen that you ain't going to bother me. Whereas though when we were kids, there wasn't a screen to put in front of us.
You literally had to watch us, entertain us. Like, it was no tablet.
The only screen that I had in front of me was like the TV. My mom would put on VH1 or MTV or whatever, and I would watch music videos.
And my shit was Disney Channel.
Oh, yeah, I was in my little bouncy watching like Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation and stuff.
Barney, shit like that.
And then you stay home from school sick, and you were watching like Maury.
If you could stay home from school sick, look, the only way we was staying home from school is if we had a broken bone or if we was literally throwing up. If not, you're going to school.
Yep. And then, like, even in school, they have technology in school where we went to school, we were reading books.
We were writing on chalkboards. And then when they upgraded to the whiteboards with the markers, and then they had the projector that you put the paper on and it like flashes.
Yeah.
I was like so hyped when we got to go up there and wipe it down with and you would write on the paper and it would project onto the
smart boards. So it's like a tablet in the classroom, a huge tablet on the board.
The board is a tablet.
Crazy. So these kids, they're so into technology because it's in their face everywhere they go. They go to the grocery store, there's a robot there to cash you out.
The one time we walked out of the grocery store, the robot following behind us.
Oh, the security guard!
They talking about a security. I said, oh, absolutely not. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. The damn robot was chasing us out the store.
Yeah. And with this digital age, it's like, how do you stop your child from playing with technology when it's everywhere? It's in the school, it's in the house, it's at grandma's, at grandpa's,
and you know what?
It's here, it's there. You can't get away from it.
I feel like it's only not get worse, but the technology is only going to get greater.
Yep.
So their kids, like, forget playing.
They
like,
might be robots.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure they're going to just give birth to robots.
So that's what it's given. So the technology is only going to get greater. So I think we could just limit the amount of screen time kids have, try to push them outside, have them play with friends. But I feel like technology is only going to get greater and it's just going to take its course.
Yeah. I keep trying to think of like things from our parents' perspectives, because when they were our age or even younger, there was no screens at all.
Yeah.
Like some of them didn't even have TVs. They had a radio.
A beeper.
Their phone was in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Now it just fits in your pocket. So every generation has this problem where they have to figure out what they're going to do with technology. And now we're the millennials raising this generation Z and generation Alpha.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And they literally have the technology at their fingertips, and soon the technology is going to be their fingertips.
Like that one movie where like they had the thing in their arm and just to wake up cost like time of their life.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But it's going to be even worse than that. They're going to wake up and they're going to open their eyes. It's going to be like a display in front of them that gives them like their schedule. And
literally.
Like, it's not going to be an alarm clock or a phone that's going to wake them up. It's going to be like this little device in their brain. It's like, going to be like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Our kids' are going to look back at our life and look at it like the 18th century. like
this is Stone Age.
Exactly. It's
you
wild.
wrote on paper?
Literally.
What's a paper?
What's a pencil?
Like, you ask these kids nowadays about a book, they're like Mac or Chrome.
Oh, that's horrible.
When I was a kid, someone said something about a book, I'm like, hard book or soft cover?
Fiction, nonfiction?
Nonfiction? Like, what kind of book are you? Comic? Like, what kind of book are you talking about? These Mac or Chrome? How about the one with like the pages and then it has like words on it and you read it? Like, I feel like even their books are digital. Like, I just signed Carter up for Amazon or Alexa Kids or something like that. And it has a digital library so they can read books.
And you know what? I feel like that takes away from them though, because to listen to a book is one thing, but to read it.
Oh no, it is. It's reading. But you read it on the screen, because I feel like you can either fight them or join them. They're gonna use the technology regardless. So, as a person that does technology, like I literally studied computers and stuff, I don't want to tell my kid that technology is bad, but I also want them to understand that you gotta use it responsibly, and you can't use it all the time. Like, it can't be your end all be all.
It's not healthy.
No. So if you're going to use a tablet, okay, I'm going to put an app on your tablet where you can read books. You don't want to open a book. You're going to sit here, you're going to swipe this screen, and you're going to read this book. Either way, you're reading.
Yeah.
And then they have like the educational websites and stuff like ABC Mouse and stuff. I feel like that's productive.
Yeah.
If you can't fight them, join them. So if you want to use technology, let's use it in a helpful way. Let's not just play video games and watch TikTok and YouTube and blah, 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 blah.
And also limit their screen time. Like, I feel like...
It's not good for their eyes.
Huh?
I said it's not good for their eyes.
No, but I feel like if you limit these children's screen time, it give them other choices. Like, Carter was always on this tablet. And we had a problem. Like, with him being on his tablet, he didn't want to do homework. He wanted to come right home, get on his tablet, get on the virtual reality thing, VR. And you were like, no, like, you bought him the soccer nets, go outside and play soccer.
Play sports.
Yeah, and he was excited. He was outside playing soccer. Now he can't even watch the tablet on the weekdays. So I feel like you have to limit screen time for these children, or it'll like destroy their minds.
And I also feel like with the technology, it's hard to limit what your kid is exposed to.
Yeah.
Like growing up, my mom and dad very much was in charge of what I was and what I was not exposed to as a child. If they didn't want me to know what something was, it was very easy for them to not let me know what it was.
Yeah.
So with technology being at the palm of their hands, it's hard to literally be there every second of every day. You can put as many parental controls on there as you want, because I have parental controls on both of the boys' stuff. It limits it to the age group that they're in. You can't watch anything over this age because it's not for you. But all these people have to do when they're pushing out their content is change the age that they're putting it out there for, even if it's not appropriate for that age to know.
And it's just one wrong click and our children are in the hands of grown people or sick people. Like with the game Roblox.
Yeah.
Like Carter was obsessed with that and still is obsessed with it. And I've been seeing stuff all over TikTok and Instagram. So Roblox is a game, but it's a whole bunch of smaller games in this whole game.
Yeah.
So certain games, kids would go into certain games and you would go into the bathroom and they were doing like nasty things to each other. And then the one game, somebody was trying to like lure the kid into the house, like into a house. And it was just weird stuff going on. And a whole bunch of parents were coming to TikTok and they were like, stop letting your kid play Roblox because there's predators on here coming for our children. And it's just really easy for anybody it's the internet.
Yeah.
So we can't see the face on the other side of the screen. Like there could be a child on the screen, but on the other side it's a grown man. Right. You just got to be careful.
And Roblox is one of those games, it's like open source coding. So if I wanted to make a game for Roblox, I could.
Really?
And the reason that Roblox went this route, or the reason why I think they did, is to give people who are programmers an outlet. Like, I want to make a game, but I can't get a job at Sony or Xbox or whatever. So you can make a game for Roblox, and then you set your parameters, you blah, 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 whatever. But a lot of people don't set that age bracket. So you got a 5-year-old playing a game where they're like using a pew and going out and doing stuff like... When I was 5, there was no way in the world I was playing that. I was playing like colors and matching the letters.
Or like blocks or some bullshit.
Yeah. But then you got these kids and they're like doing all this stuff. And then they're on TikTok and they're watching these videos and it's a person, they're playing with toys. So when you look at it, it looks innocent.
Yeah.
You look over your kid's shoulder, you see like a Ninja Turtle or whatever the hot toy is, whatever. But the words that the person is saying is not appropriate for that age. Mm-hmm. So you got your kid listening to someone talking about a murder, or you got your kid listening to someone describing a sexual assault, and you don't know that's what's going on because you're watching it.
Right.
You look over your kid's shoulder and you're like, okay, they're watching a kid play with a toy. But that's just a video. That's not the audio.
Right.
Because a lot of us, we have the kids use headphones because I want to watch TV. You want to watch your tablet. I'm fine with you watching your tablet. I just don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. So we put the headphones on them so that we can still do what we want to do while they're being entertained on their tablet. The whole time, these people are saying whatever they want and you don't even know it.
Yeah, it's scary. We got to protect our children at all costs.
I also don't want to put the fear of technology into the kids because technology is going to just boom. It's going to keep going and going and going. So I don't want my kid to be so sheltered from technology because of this reason that there's people out there. But you also have to educate your kid earlier than I think you would have normally, like earlier than what we were taught about predators and stuff like that, because they're exposed to this stuff at such an early age.
Yeah.
I don't think my mom had that conversation with me about like being in chat rooms and stuff like that until I was maybe 12, 13.
In middle school. Yeah.
Because that's when I started going in the chat rooms with my friends. Like, oh, mom, my so-and-so wants to go into a chat room. Can I go into the chat room with them? And then that's when we had that conversation. I feel like I had to have the conversation with Jonathan when he was like 5.
Literally, Carter was like 5.
Yeah, like just because they sound like a kid, just because they look like a kid when you're looking at their little icon, doesn't mean they are a kid. You don't tell people your first name. You don't tell them your last name, where you live, what's around you. If they're like, oh, what school do you go to? I don't go to school. And just proceed with playing the game.
Right. Why do you care? We're playing the game. Like,
if it has nothing to do with the game, don't answer no questions. And that's what I try to tell the boys. If you're playing Fortnite and they're like, oh, so what's your name? Just tell them your gamer tag.
Yeah.
My name is King J92.
Right.
That's it. Oh, well, what's your real name? That is my real name. You want to play Fortnite or not?
Yeah.
Oh, what school do you go to? I go to the school of Fortnite. Do you want to play or not?
Literally.
So some of these kids probably think that our kids are assholes because they're just trying to have a conversation. But I'm sorry, if your mom and dad didn't tell you not to do this, and I can't help you.
Yeah.
My kid might come off as an asshole, but they're protecting themselves.
Yeah.
And your parents should have told you the same thing. Y'all not going to sit here and make friends on the internet. First of all, y'all probably don't even live in the same city. Y'all never going to meet each other.
So
play
it's
the game.
Pointless. But yeah.
And then with social media, what age do you think is appropriate for a kid to have a TikTok, an Instagram, a Facebook?
So Carter has a TikTok. And I was kind of conflicted at first. But I don't know. I let him have it. So I guess I don't know.
What about Instagram and Facebook? TikTok, you have an account so you can watch.
Yeah, because TikTok...
You can watch on TikTok and not post. But what about
Instagram and Facebook? I don't think a child should have an Instagram or a Facebook. What age? Maybe 8th grade, 9th grade? Like, I don't know. Middle school, late middle school? Like, when they're old enough to know how to operate this. Because Facebook and Instagram, you're interacting with people.
Right.
TikTok, you're just watching videos.
Yeah.
Like scrolling, watching videos, making dancing videos. So that's why I wasn't really like I let Carter have it because I'm on TikTok. I see the difference. Like but yeah, TikTok no, excuse me. Instagram and Facebook, I think they should definitely be old enough to understand how to operate the damn app in the first place.
So with Instagram and Facebook, I feel like you're mature enough, because just because you're older doesn't mean that you're mature. So when I feel like you're mature enough to not give out your personal information, not be posting your location, stuff like that, I will let you have an Instagram. But the minute that you do something that I feel like is unsafe, oh, it's going away. It's done. You have lost your Instagram, because I lost my MySpace.
Did you? I think I did too. I think I posted like a song that was not appropriate. Oh, my dad was not with it. I think it was like My Neck.
Oh my God, girl.
I don't know. It was like a song that was very inappropriate.
Should have lost it.
And I think I almost got choked the hell out. My dad was so mad. I was scared to death.
I lost mine because I was in a chat room and I was talking to who I thought was my friend. Turns out it wasn't my friend. They just had the same first name, and then their username was like extended. So let's just say their name was Sam. So it was like Sam 95 or something like that.
And what did your mom like look at it?
So I was talking to this person. We were talking about school. We were having this full conversation. And then I don't remember exactly what happened. They said something that made me like, hold up, you're not who I thought you were.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went to my dad and I was like, I've been talking to this person. I thought it was this person. It's not, blah, blah, blah. So then he went and talked to my mom. My mom was a cop.
Your mom was probably going to kill you.
Yeah, my mom was a cop, and she was like, this is not safe. So since you can't make safe decisions, we're going to just take it away from you.
Period.
And I was like, okay. I'm not going to argue with you because I'm a little scared because I don't know who I've been talking to. But okay. I got it back, I think, a couple months later or something.
Yeah.
Once it's not safe for you to do it anymore, I need to take it away from you, and then we have to have this conversation. I need you to understand why it's not safe.
Yeah.
And with this digital age and everything is literally, all information is at the tip of their fingers. Like, your kid can go on Pornhub because there's no verification.
Yeah.
They don't even ask you what your age is.
Yeah.
They don't tell you to put in, like, your date of birth.
Like, they don't make it hard for you at all.
No, you can be 8 years old and
just click on something.
And spell something wrong.
That's what I was going to say. It could be by accident. You could click a wrong link and then...
And boom, you in there seeing some stuff and you're like, I don't know what this is. Mom!
But you know what? There was something I saw recently and it like made me really happy. Everything that's going on with Palestine right now, it's very sad and sickening, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it was Roblox, Fortnite, one of these kid games. So kids obviously can't go to protest. They can't protest. But on this one game app, all these kids came together and they had like the Palestine flag. And they were
they did like a digital protest.
A digital protest. And it made me so happy. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
I feel like in that sense, technology is really good because it's exposing kids, but to something that, okay, potentially could be something inappropriate for their age. It depends on the age. But at the same time, it allows the kids that are old enough to understand what's going on and old enough to form an opinion to be able to express their opinion, even if they can't go to the location.
Right.
So if you are against what's going on, even at the age of 15, you know it's wrong.
Right.
And the only way that you can be able to express this is to go to this digital protest. I'm all for that. Use the technology that you have to be able to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And yeah, so there's ups and downs of the internet.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta limit your kid to what they see or their screen time. You just gotta be more, like watch them more, watch over them more.
Yeah.
Like limit it, have like parental controls on their stuff or whatever. So, yeah.
And yeah, you put the parental controls on there, but I also feel like you got to have those tough conversations, even if they're young. You got to have those tough conversations with these kids because they're being exposed to it, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And if they're not being exposed to it through the means of media that's in your household, another kid is being exposed to it and they're going to tell your kid about it anyway. Right. Because they talk about everything with each other.
Exactly. So yeah, guess it's a love-hate relationship with the internet, social media.
It's all about balance. If you can balance it and you can balance it with your kid and you can have those tough conversations, I think you can manage it.
Period.
Especially millennials. We ain't new to this. We true to this.
Period. All right. I feel like that was a good discussion for our heart-to-heart. And to jump right into our next segment, which is our favorite, kind of, the the asshole segment.
You are the asshole.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. All right, so this Am I the Asshole segment is called Snooping or Safeguarding. A parent, Alex, has a 13-year-old daughter, Emma. Alex recently noticed a change in Emma's behavior. She's become more secretive and spends a lot of time on her phone. Concerned about who Emma might be talking to or what content she's accessing, Alex decides to check her phone without her knowledge. Alex discovers that Emma has been chatting with people they don't know and visiting websites that Alex deems inappropriate for her age. Alex confronts Emma. Her name is Emma. Alex confronts Emma about this, leading to a heated argument. Emma feels her privacy was violated, while Alex believes he did what he needed to do for her safety. So, my question to you, Miss Jennifer. Is it ever justifiable for a parent to invade their child's privacy?
Absolutely. I brought the phone. It's my phone.
Yeah.
If I feel as though I can't trust you, if I feel as though you're acting funny or snooping, you're my child. I want to know what's going on because I'm always on mom mode. I want to protect you. So, and I'm older. I know what goes on out here in this world we live in, and they're still young, so they got a lot of learning to do. But yeah, absolutely, I feel as though if you think something's off with your child, check their phone, check their social media, whatever they have, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever you let your kid on, check it, and see what's going on. Like,
absolutely. I mean, first of all, I don't think it's an invasion of privacy. You're under the age of 18.
Exactly.
You don't have that much privacy.
Exactly. You
You live under my roof. You live under my rules. I'm paying this phone bill at the end of the day.
If I still put clothes on your back and food in your stomach and a roof over your head, you have no privacy.
I feel like you definitely have. So there's some things that I guess you can still have private, quote unquote, but 95% of your life is mine. I'm going to dig through whatever I feel like I need to dig through.
I feel like it's good to give your child a little sense of privacy, like let your
little stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're acting funny or if you start to misbehave, I'm going to find out why, because that's not my kid. So.
I have the password to our kids' accounts.
Period.
So if at any point I feel like you're watching something you shouldn't be watching, or you're acting in a way that makes me feel like you said, like makes me feel like I need to go look at something.
Yeah.
I don't even need to get your phone, but because I have this mutual respect with the kids, I'm the adult at the end of the day. So you're. Mm-hmm. But I want to respect you the same way I want you to respect me. We have a mutual respect. I'm going to tell my kid, yo, I'm going through your phone. Open your phone now.
Yeah, and you go to if you feel as though something's going on, go to your child. Be like, what's going on?
You've been acting.
You're acting. Yeah.
You acting sus.
Yeah. But, like they would say.
Yeah, you're acting real mid. I learned that one on TikTok.
No, seriously, are you okay? You've been acting funny. Let me see your TikTok. Let me see your Instagram. I want to see what you're doing.
Yep.
So, no, I think he was absolutely right. If he felt as though his daughter was acting funny, he checked her thing, and she was doing stuff that she wasn't supposed to. She was looking at stuff that he deemed inappropriate and talking to people they don't know. I think he made a good choice.
All right, my next question to you is, in an era where danger can lurk online, how can parents navigate the fine line between supervision and respecting their child's privacy? That's a fine line.
I feel... I don't know. So I feel like you said before... you always got to have that talk with your child and tell them about the dangers of being online, because a lot of dangers come with being online, but I'm not sure. I would just,
For me, the fine line would be if I know that this is your friend, like I know, let's say I'm like, open your phone. I want to look through your phone to make sure that everything in there is copacetic. I want to make sure everything is cool, making sure it's safe. If I see that you have a text thread with little Billy from around the corner, I know little Billy. I don't need to look in that message. I'm just going to simply ask you, are you guys keeping it in a child's place? Both the boys know what that means. That means that you're staying in the age-appropriate conversation with this trusted person.
I'm newsy. I'm still looking at little Billy's messages.
So if I know little Billy, I'm not looking through little Billy's text messages. Unless little Billy's mom said that they were doing some shit because she looked in their phone and little Billy's phone, because then I'm looking like, oh, what y'all talking about?
I want to know what they're talking about anyway. But go ahead.
If I see a text message between you and your grandparent, I'm not looking in that. That's a private conversation between you and your parent. Your grandparent. If you have a conversation with your mom, your dad, blah, 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 I'm not going to look at those text messages. That's a private conversation. But your Instagram, your Facebook, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at those chats. I'm looking at what you're posting. I'm looking at what you're liking. I'm looking at all that stuff because it is important to me to know that you're safe while you're online, and to also know that you are making the right decisions. Because if I just blindly trust you to make the right decisions, that doesn't mean that you're going to do it. I have to be able to guide you. I have to be able to be there for you. It's like you won't give your kid keys to the car and be like, go drive.
Yeah.
You take those first couple of rides with your kid
and teach them.
And make sure that they're navigating the roads safely, because you don't want them to get hit by someone else. You don't want them to hit someone else. Yeah. You got to kind of do that same thing with the internet. When your kids first exploring the internet, you have to navigate those roads with them. You want to make sure your kid's not cyberbullying, but you also want to make sure that they're not being bullied.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that they're not talking to people that they're not supposed to be talking to, and they're only watching content that's appropriate for their age. The only way to do that, you got to sit down and go through the kid's phone with them. And if the kid starts being real secretive and they don't want to show you their phone, or they're starting to act weird, okay, cool. Take your phone, go upstairs. It's fine. The minute you go to sleep, I want you to know I'm coming up there. I'm going into that phone. And if I don't have the pin to your phone, now we have a problem. A bigger problem than what we already had. I should be able to access your phone very easily, the same way that you can access mine. The kids know the passcode to my phone, but they know not to go in it because it's mine. I'm an adult. I pay this bill. The minute you pay that bill, you can tell me to get out your phone.
Yeah. See, I think I understood the question wrong, but I totally agree with you. Yeah.
I got one more question for you. I felt like it was a good one. As soon as I get my notes back up. Uno momento, por favor.
Yeah.
A bitty bitty bumba.
Now I'm just Selena.
I am Selena. Okay, so in the case of Alex, do you think that he could have handled this situation better with just having an open communication with Emma? Instead of snooping and going through her phone, do you think that it would have been handled better if he would have just went to her and said, hey, I want to see your phone?
You know what? Kids aren't always truthful because they don't want you in their business. Obviously, I don't want anybody in my business, but I feel as though I would have did the same thing he did. I mean, I don't have to ask you for permission to go into a phone that I pay for. You're my child. I want to see what you're doing. You've been acting weird, and I know it's directly led to whatever you're doing on the internet.
Yeah.
So no, I feel like, I would have did the same thing. So I don't feel like he's wrong at all. If he had a conversation with Emma, it could have turned out better, but who knows?
So we have a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Jonathan is 13. Jonathan.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I'm not going to sit down and have a conversation with Jonathan because he's a teenager, and I feel like he's going to be like, yeah, okay. And that's it.
Yeah.
I want to see the phone.
I feel like the conversation
is just going to be him listening.
It's going to be him listening.
To
he's
what
not
the
really,
hell I'm saying.
he does it now. He'd be like, oh, Jonathan, how was school? And he'd be like, yep. That was an open-ended question.
Literally.
That was not a yes or no question.
Yeah.
But I have had to go to Jonathan and tell him, hey, your behavior's been a little weird. I keep seeing you on this phone. You never put it down. And when you do put it down, you put it down face down. Mm-hmm. You don't want somebody to see something. What is going on in that phone?
We were kids too. Right?
Yeah. I've been there, done that. What's going on in your phone? Nothing. Okay, well, I want to see I want you to open your phone.
Yeah, unlock it.
Unlock your phone. Sit next to me. We're going to go through this.
Right.
What's going on? And we sat down and we went through his phone before. And then I was like, okay, stop being weird, because this is what happens when you act weird. Why are you putting your phone down face
doing weird
down?
shit. Like, yeah.
Like, listen, Jen can't put her phone down face down without me being like, hold up, what's going on?
Trust issues.
I do. Because my phone is always on its back. My display is on there. So
I feel like
if a text message comes through, anyone can see my text message. There's nothing in there for me to be secretive about.
I don't
Except for
even
maybe
feel
like my social and like my bank account information, but you need passwords to get into that. But if you opened my phone and you went through my pictures, you went through my text messages, my Facebook, my Instagram, there's nothing in there to hide. So why do I have to put my phone face down?
Yeah.
So if you ain't got nothing to hide, why is the phone face down?
Do you even really pay attention to when you put your foot down or your phone down? Because you're like putting it face down, or, you know, I feel like I just put my phone down. It could be face down. It could be upward. Like,
I do. I'm very conscious of how I put my phone down.
Do you?
I am, because sometimes my phone is still on vibrate from meetings that I had at work. So if I put my phone down face down, if someone calls me or texts me, I'm not even going to see if it lit up. So I'm very conscious to make sure I've always put my phone down on its back, because if something happens, if someone's trying to get a hold of me, the phone would light up at least, even if it doesn't make a sound, because I still have it on vibrate.
Yeah, I'm completely
And like when
different.
we're recording, like we're recording right now, my phone's on vibrate. It's not going to make a sound. So when we go upstairs, I might forget to take it off.
That's me all the time.
Yeah, so then people are like, I was trying to call you, and then it was like a really stupid excuse, like, oh, my phone was face down. No, I leave it on the back.
Yeah, I feel like I'm completely different. I just put it the hell down.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I should start caring about people's
perception. Because it's perceived as though you're hiding something. But if we're at dinner, I will put my phone face down because I don't want to be disturbed while we're having our time. But if we're just out and we're sitting in the house or something, my phone's always up.
Okay.
And
I don't pay attention to
I pay attention to how people do everything, because everything has something behind it.
A meaning.
Yeah. So if Jonathan comes over, and every time he comes over, he takes his phone upstairs in his room and he leaves it up there. And then every time he wants to do something on his phone, he goes upstairs in his room, he's on his phone, and then he comes back downstairs. Homeboy, bring that phone down these steps. Let me see what's going on. Because why you keep going upstairs? Unless that phone is on the charger, let's go. Run me the phone. I want to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. And the minute he's like, it's my phone, it's my privacy. You need a job.
That's when it's mine.
You need a job.
It's not your phone anymore.
You need a job because you're going to pay this phone bill now. You're talking to me like that. Choke you out real quick.
Period.
All right, so after that insightful, am I the asshole? I would like to play a game. So I have this game. I'm going to describe technology or apps from either the 90s or today's. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to tell me what the app is or what the technology is. And then you're going to tell me the opposite equivalent. So if I describe something from the 90s, you'll tell me what the modern day equivalent is. And if I describe something from today, you're going to tell me what the today's equivalent is.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so the first one. This device was essential for music lovers. Portable, and you needed a good supply of AA batteries. You carried your music library in a case or something you could shove your favorite tape into.
A Walkman.
That is correct. 1 point for Jennifer.
Period.
What is the modern day equivalent?
Your phone. iPhone.
Oh, you got music, you got Apple Music, Spotify, Google Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. So you don't have to carry around all those tapes and CDs like we used to. Damn kids.
Remember you used to burn your own CD?
On LimeWire?
Yeah.
FrostWire?
LimeWire.
Both of them. It was LimeWire and it was FrostWire. They were both very illegal, and a lot of 90s people should probably be in jail for pirating. Not saying that it was me. Next question. This app lets you order a ride from your phone, and the driver nearby will pick you up.
Uber or Lyft.
And the 90s equivalent would be?
A taxi cab. You have to call.
I haven't seen the taxi.
215-333-3333.
Does that still work?
Or the poppies. Yeah, there's a 3. Yeah.
Can you still call a taxi?
You want to try?
No, I don't want to call a taxi. I didn't know.
I think
the only time I see a taxi is at the airport.
I actually just saw one driving down the street the other day, and I think that was the number that was on the side of the taxi.
Okay. All right. This one is a 90s one.
Mm-hmm.
This was your way of communicating before text. You passed this around in the classroom, and if you got caught, it got read out loud.
No. You would write on a piece of paper.
Pass this to Emily. Pass this to John.
Period.
And the modern day equivalent would be?
Texting.
Yeah, now your teacher can't text.
They can take that damn phone because you're on it in school.
Facts. But then they got the parents. It's like, why would you take my kid's phone?
No, take my kid's phone. If he's on the phone in school, take it.
Absolutely. And then let me know because I'm going to take him when they get home.
Period.
All right. Modern description. It's a if I could talk. It's a popular platform where you can stream and watch other video gamers play live and interact with them.
Twitch, I think.
Yes. And the 90s equivalent would be?
I think just like playing on your freaking, I guess just sitting in the living room playing like the PlayStation or whatever was out that year. Like
yeah. What game stations did you have in your house?
I think all of them. We had the all of them. What is the one where you stick the thing in the top?
Nintendo 64?
Yeah. So we had all of them, girl. I can't remember.
And then you got to blow in it like,
yeah.
Pop that joint in there. These kids would never understand that.
No.
I don't even think they have disc anymore for the games.
Or like the struggle of cleaning the disc and putting it in, make sure it wasn't like smeared or scratched.
Spoil kids. Everything's digital. So like my Xbox is all digital games. I don't even have the disc to put inside them. I just
it's on the Xbox.
Yeah, I just buy them on the little app and then play it. All right, 90s description. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This was a way to watch movies at home. You'll go to the store, browse the aisles for titles, and hope that someone didn't already have it checked out.
Blockbuster. I loved going. That was like the feeling of going into Blockbuster. It was like such a great feeling.
I knew when we pulled up
running
the Blockbuster,
around, like
we were gonna have a good night that night.
Oh my god! It was like I can't describe the feeling of walking into Blockbuster, but it was magical. Like.
And then you guys had to argue about what movie you were going to get. So, like, you and your brothers had to argue about what movie you guys were going to get because your parents will only let you get one.
Yeah.
You're getting one.
Period. Blockbuster.
And then you would get the popcorn and the candy. It was like a whole thing.
So good. So good.
Now you just go on Netflix or Hulu and it's not the same.
Mm-mm.
All right, going old school. This small handheld digital pet that required feeding, cleaning, and attention, or else it would beep incessantly.
I forget what that thing was called, but it was like a little oval thing, right?
Yeah, and you would clip it onto your like book bag or something.
It was really
called a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm saying that
I forget
wrong.
what it was called though.
The modern day equivalent would be Talking Tom, which is an app that the kids have on their phone. The little cat.
Yeah, Carter used to play with it all the time.
I think that game is weird.
I don't think it's
really the equivalent of the Tamagotchi because if you had to feed that thing.
Yeah, well, you do. I guess on the thing on the app, you have to feed the thing, but they usually just do it to mimic themselves. Like it has a funny voice.
I guess that's cool.
No,
yeah, it's not. This one's gonna be hard.
Okay,
maybe. I don't know. A lot of people didn't have this in their house. A bulky stationary device that allowed you to send paper material over a phone line to a similar device.
Fax machine?
Yes.
No. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
We didn't have one in our house.
We had a dial noise, right?
Yeah. It sounded like you were calling somebody. Yeah. So you had to pick up the phone and then dial the number and then it would send it to someone else's fax machine.
I don't think we had one. I don't remember, but I definitely know what it is.
We had one in school. Yeah. I think that was the only place I ever really seen it besides like an office. All right. Modern description. A popular website and app where you can find accommodations ranging from a room in someone's house to the entire house instead of a traditional hotel.
Oh, Airbnb.
Yep. So
I think that was genius. Whoever came up with that is absolutely genius.
yeah, but the prices have skyrocketed.
Have
Like
they?
it's so much better to go to a hotel than to go to Airbnb.
Really?
Because the cleaning fee, well, it depends on how long you're staying. So if you're only staying for one day, just go to a hotel. If you're staying for like a 1 day, I would say up to like 3 days, just go to a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
If you're staying longer than 3 days, then I would do the Airbnb. Like when we go to Florida, the Airbnb is the better option because everyone's in the same spot, whatever. But if you're just staying for a day, the cleaning fee could be more than what you paid to stay there.
Get out of here.
Girl, I saw it the other day because I was going to get us an Airbnb and I was like, not today, demon. All right, going back old school. A personal information manager used for contacts, calendars, and tasks. It was a digital organizer that fit in your pocket.
I don't know.
A Palm Pilot.
Oh, wait. Why do it sounds so familiar, but why can't I remember what it looked like?
I had one. It was silver. It almost looked like a calculator. And then only thing you can put in there was like contacts. So like I had like my mom, my dad, my aunts and uncles, whatever, phone numbers in there. And then you could put like your calendar. And if you had like a task.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I just can't picture it for some reason.
Just imagine like a small silver calculator.
Okay.
All right, going back old school. This early form of digital communication allowed you to send short text-based messages to a certain user or group.
I don't know. Lay it on me.
Instant Messenger. Instant Messenger, like AIM, AOL, where you would like set your away message.
Yep. And you would talk to people like that.
You would be like, you would call them and be like, hey, get on AIM real quick. Yeah. And then you would go in there, your instant message.
Yeah, and talk to each other. It was like
parent over shoulder. Yeah.
But it was
so like text messaging or whatever. All right, so now we're going modern. A virtual assistant in your home that answers questions, plays music, and controls smart home devices with vocal controls.
Alexiani.
Yes. Don't say her name because she'll start talking.
Alexa.
Girl, I said don't say her name. It's like she's like Bloody Mary.
Child.
Bloody Mary.
Yo, I be watching like if I'm on like TikTok and like somebody's on the video and they're like talking to their Alexa, my Alexa will answer and I'm like, bitch, nobody was talking to you. Like,
just because somebody say your name don't mean they talking to you. All right, we're going way back. A square plastic storage mediums used for saving documents, often requiring the ritual of safely ejecting before removal. Square plastic. I bought one home from work one day, and the boys thought it was a coaster.
A disc, the floppy disk.
Yes, yeah. I bought one home, and the boys looked at it, and they were like, "What is this? A coaster?"
They were like a CD or something. I forget what they said. I was like, "Oh, fucking kids,
you know nothing." All right, modern day. A device that tracks your physical activity, monitoring your heart and health, synced with your smartphone.
Your Apple Watch, right?
Yep. Your Apple Watch, your Fitbit, all those different things. The 90s equivalent is just a step counter.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
And it would get to a certain point, and then you had to hit the reset button, and it wouldn't even calculate all your stuff. Yeah, stupid.
I think my stepmom used to have one of those.
The step counter?
Yeah.
You remember the skip-its? And when you would skip, it would count it? Like how many things? I miss those.
They were fun.
And they had the jump rope that did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it was like the step counter. Modern day. This service allows you to remotely store, share, and collaborate on documents or spreadsheets.
I don't know.
Google Docs or Microsoft Office 365.
See, that's your type of stuff.
Yeah, I use that for school. I use it for work. All right, I'm going to find one more modern day one. All right, here's one. A compact wireless device for tracking the location of keys, wallets, or other easily lost items by using your smartphone.
AirTag?
Yes.
Okay.
AirTag or Tidal. I don't know what Tidal is. I don't use that. I use the AirTags.
Yeah.
I use it for the kids too.
Yeah. We use them in Florida.
You could put it in like a little watch. Go ahead, kids. Go forth and do great things because I'm going to track you every step of the way.
Period. You can never be too careful nowadays.
You can't. And especially like with having all this digital technology and stuff, you would be a fool not to use it. So if I can track my child, I track their phones, I track their tablets. Like it'd be like find my iPhone and find my kid. Period. My Apple tag is literally called Kid Finder. It's Kid Finder 1 and Kid Finder 2. Where's this one? Where's that one? Yo, funny story.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when we went to Florida the summer that just passed?
Yeah.
Carter left his Apple tag inside of the rental car.
Yeah.
The location will not go off because the Apple tags don't die.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, these people have not found this Apple tag. And
it's still in the car.
It's still in the car. Every now and then I go in there and I look. His watch has made it all across the state of Florida. I think when I looked at it last week, it was in... what is that, Key West or something, like the little island, whatever.
Yeah.
So this little minivan is just driving around. I
wonder where it's at because they have to clean the freaking car, right? When you take it back?
It must have fell between the seats or something. I'm going to look it up right now and find out where. I'm going to tell you exactly where his Apple tag is.
That's wild. Yeah, I don't know. I would assume somebody would have found it by now. That was in August.
Oh, it's not even in Florida anymore.
Where's it at?
It's in Scottsboro, Alabama.
Get out of here.
Sweet home Alabama.
Why'd you go so slow? You killed it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Isn't that how slow it goes? Sweet home Alabama.
You sped it up a little bit that time. You didn't know.
Where it starts, no one knows.
Absolutely not. What?
Bing, bong, dong, they don't know.
No, now she's just doing too much.
And I'm coming home to you.
Period. No, but in all seriousness, that was a good one. That was a goodie.
A banger.
Okay.
Another one.
Oh Lord.
Another one.
No, but that was
one more.
It was a good conversation tonight about these kids and this technology nowadays, and how advanced it's been since we were youngins.
Back in my day.
Like Stone Ages. Lord have mercy.
I mean, honestly, thinking about it, like when we were kids, if we had access to the technology that we do now, how different would we be?
I know, it's crazy to think where we would be now.
And it's funny to think that we're now the generation that's like, your generation is stupid.
We're so old.
This Generation Alpha and Generation Z, you guys are dumb. But Generation X was like, you millennials are dumb and lazy.
I don't even know none of those names. I don't understand what age group goes to what.
Ooh, would you like me to fill you in?
No, not right now.
Well, there's boomers. There's boomers. I don't know the ages. I just know the order. So there's boomers, Generation X, that's where our parents are.
Okay.
And then after Generation X is us. We're technically Generation Y, but they named us millennials because it was the millennial time. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then after us is Generation Z. Gen Z. And then after Gen Z, it's Gen Alpha. So Jonathan is Gen Z. Mm-hmm. Carter is Generation Alpha.
Okay. Yeah, that's really confusing.
Yeah. I mean, if you want it to be confusing,
I guess.
With all that being said, thank you for listening to
us ramble
and scramble.
Period.
Exclamation point.
No, but seriously, thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation with us tonight, because we enjoyed being here with you guys tonight.
Or did we? No, I'm just kidding. It was all good. It was. I enjoyed doing the podcast. I enjoyed doing podcasts with you, and I enjoy getting the feedback from the listeners. I mean, I feel like the feedback is my favorite part.
Yeah. So if you want to hear us talk about anything else, or if you have any more feedback for us, please comment, DM. Let us know what you want to hear or what we can improve to help you enjoy our podcast. Period.
We just want to grow. We want to grow. We want to learn.
And
we want to continue. We're going to have fun. And I want y'all to have fun with us.
Period.
So if there's something you want us to talk about, if you think that we should go in a different direction, whatever. We're learning. So
hit me up. Let me know.
What she said.
No, but all seriousness, like, subscribe,
follow, share.
Period.
Comma.
No, but I hope you guys have a great night.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Go forth and enjoy the time with your loved ones. Next week is Thanksgiving.
Oh, I am so looking forward to Thanksgiving.
So the next time you guys hear from us, it will be Black Friday.
Woo. I like Black Friday too. I love shopping.
Yeah, no. I'm not a big fan of Black Friday.
Yeah, because you don't like crowds. You don't like people. I don't like crowds. But anyways, another story for another day.
Yeah, next week we'll talk all about how I hate Black Friday.
Thank you to listening to the what?
The love that blends.
That blends, baby. And tune in next week for another episode.
And continue to blend love in all that you do. Peace, love, and so...